Welcome one and all back to the lovely dock. You're here with me, OneManJack, and this is Enter the Gungeon. Now, if you've watched the tutorial video, which I do hope you do, because I'm not going to explain very much that I covered there, you know how this game works, you know this game's a little bit crazy, and you know what to expect. There are 4 playable characters, each of whom is trying to kill their past, but, as expected, they each have a different story. Now, not a whole lot is told about these different characters, but they are in fact different. They're not just cosmetic differences, so I'm going to take a dive. I'm planning to do 4 episodes, going to take a dive with each of them, and we'll just see what happens. This might be an incredibly long episode if I do really good, or it could be very, very short, because, good God, this game is hard. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but the way this game is difficult, there are a few specific design decisions that make this game difficult that I personally do not agree with, that I just hate. But we'll get into that later, because this is a fun game, and I do like playing this game. I just wish this game didn't hate me. A shrine to an old gunslinger. There is an inscription. Kill your past. You've already damned your future. The rest is worn away. Alright. Ooh, before I go. Item description, let's see. The Marine Sidearm, always with you. Infinite ammo, like all the pistols, does not reveal secret walls, like the other starter pistols. The Marine Sidearm was brought to the Gungeon by a low-ranking Primarine soldier. Though this gun appears sturdy, it has been known to fail when it is most needed. So we know something about the Marine's past. This specific gun failed him in a time of need, and I imagine that's why he wants to kill his past, to go back and undo the mistake that he made once. Supply drop. I need mags! Call in an active ammo drop. And passive item, military training. Memories of your years in training. Better reload speed and weapon accuracy. Oh, and also, wait a minute. It's not on the items page, but the Marine gets 1 bonus unit of armor in the form of his helmet. And if you run out of armor, his helmet actually pops off, which is one of those really small details that it's fun. Because if the helmet is what gives him armor, then losing that armor should make him lose the helmet. Pay attention to the small details like that. So let's see, Room 1 we've already encountered 2 new enemies, the rubber bullets used in crowd control, and a higher gauge of shotgun rounds that shot 2 shotgun arcs instead of 1. Ooh, this room! Oh man, I was not expecting to get to this room so quickly. So this room, we have a fireplace. This is the only fireplace in the entire game, and this room always spawns on the first floor, this specific room. As you have probably surmised, this game is procedurally generated, but this room is always here. Now you have these water barrels, or actually no, there are guns in the game that leave puddles of water on the ground. And there are also these water barrels that if you shoot them, leave a puddle of water. And if you are of an inquisitive mind, you can take one of these water barrels and roll it into the fire. And if you walk to the back and hit the action button, something happens. We don't know what yet, but something happened. Got a blocked door over there, and we're continuing this way. And unfortunately for me, the Marine Sidearm is not one of the pistols that you can shoot faster by jamming the mouse click, which I suppose is a good thing, because then you won't hear me jamming my middle finger into a heavy state of arthritis every 3 seconds. Or 1.5 seconds, I think, is how long that reload takes. Alright. So this game, yes, you can dodge roll through explosions. Dodge roll OP. I mean, this game is Was it made by Dodgeroll? No, it was made by Devolver Studios. That was it. Or maybe it was Devolver Digital owned Dodgeroll Studios? Something like that. Anyways, this game is owned by Devolver Digital, which also made, Downwell, which is another procedurally generated roguelike game that I also happen to love, that I'll probably play once or twice on the channel, because why not? And also partially so that you will understand an Easter egg in this game. There is a pair of gun boots in this game that is a specific shout-out to Downwell, and the gun boots have the description that they shoot a shotgun blast behind you when you dodge roll, and they have the description, gun boots, they go down well. And you find the gun boots in an abandoned elevator shaft, which I like that. But here we are. This is the room that was opened by that fireplace secret, and it has 2 locks, but we only have 1 key, so we can only unlock one of those. We'll have to come back later. And what also, as you can see up here, the key is a bullet just in the shape of a key, and your hearts are bullets, and you have 2 bullets per heart. Everything is bullets here. The boss room. We're not gonna go there yet, because as with many roguelike games, we want to clear the entire floor to collect the loot for the later floors, because the first boss, or the first floor, it is not excruciatingly difficult. After you get the feel of this game down, you learn enemy shooting patterns, you learn how to deal with all the stuff. Yeah, I've just given up trying to detail all the enemies we're fighting. You'll see what they do. You'll learn what they do the exact same way I did, by observation. But yeah, you wanna clear an entire floor so you can get all the loot, at least with the early floor. By the time you get to the 4th and 5th floors, which are the last 2 floors, it usually ends up being a better idea to just fuck it and get to the end, because, oh boy, those get hard. I'm not convinced that I'll get to them, because as I said, this game's hard, I have not beaten it yet. Ooh! The old bullet! Those who come here, disturbing our halls, seeking the gun. You have to stop them. Young bullets should heed my teachings. So this is a bullet! One of the enemies that we're used to massacring, but this bullet, his eyesight's a little bit bad, so he's not opposed to selling us stuff. The 2 amulets will enhance your blank powers, and oh my god, he has table tech blanks! Ooh, I will be back for that as soon as I have enough money. And that was the shopkeeper. I'll tell you about him in a moment, after I get table tech blanks, which is, I'm gonna say I think it's one of the strongest items in this entire game, for the cheap price of 45 spent cases. So we're gonna go over here. Table tech blanks. Flip clarity. This ancient technique will trigger a blank whenever a table is flipped. Chapter 4 of the Tabla Sutra, a clear table leads to a clear mind. But let's take a moment to think about that. You're given 2 blanks per floor. Blanks are the key to opening secret rooms, of which there are quite a few, I hear. And you are only given those 2 blanks per floor unless you find more. But you do not gain 2 blanks per floor, you are refilled to 2 blanks per floor. So you are not given many blanks. Tables, on the other hand, are everywhere. And we're going to abuse that. Shopkeeper? Items I sell to... Of course you have no idea. You don't actually fight through the Gungeon. I don't know how he gets any of his stuff, but shopkeeper. As with many roguelike games, if you try and attack him, he will fuck you up and then vanish for the rest of the run, even if you do survive killing him. Even if you do survive attempting to kill him. Let's just blank. Alright, what's down here? Our first chest. But it's a brown chest, and brown chests don't usually contain anything, so we're gonna smash it. Oh shit, we got a key! That is incredibly lucky. I've actually never seen a key drop from a chest. Usually you get junk, which is nothing, or sometimes, rarely, you'll get a half of a heart. But I've never seen a key drop. We have table tech blanks, and we have a key from a chest. This will be a good run. I can feel it. Unless I fuck it up. I'm very good at that. So, as you can see when I trigger the blanks, all of the objects are supposed to create clutter like this when broken, but I turned the clutter down a little bit in hopes that it would help the frame rate out, because, as anyone who's seen any of my videos know, I've got a really old laptop, and it does not handle recording and video game at the same time very well. You know, in retrospect, I probably didn't need to break that chest. I could have just killed the boss, and sometimes the boss drops keys, but that's okay. So, facing the boss with the vanilla weapon, and there's plenty of tables around. Oh, this will be fun. A bird? This bird lifts! Rapid Fire Raptor, the Gatling Gull. Okay, we're alright. Really like having a stronger weapon than the starting weapon to fight a boss, but that's okay. Good and fine. Missile attack. This is fine. I can dodge missiles. Oh, damn it! I was a little bit slow on that blank there. Okay. Well, I won't be showing you on this floor, but if you can kill a boss without taking a single point of damage, you are gifted a Master Round, which grants you an extra hit point, like an entire heart, which is incredibly useful if you can score it. And as I tried to pop a blank to save myself from that bullet, but I was just a little bit slow on the trigger. Well, we got our helmet back. You probably saw it for half a second, but his face is revealed. Ooh, the grenade launcher! Not too shabby. But now that we've killed the boss, there's a secret over here that we need to unlock. The Oblite. Chamber question. So, I probably have mispronounced that. One of my friends corrected me on the pronunciation, but I've already forgotten it. But an oubliette, or an oubliette, or however you pronounce that, he defined as a place where you throw something to be forgotten. And we will see that this is indeed such a place. A little bit early for you. Okay. So no one's left alive to demonstrate it here, but as you can see, this place looks like a sewer. Not a good place. And here we have a bullet who has already This is not a fun room. Ow, son of a... Fuck it. I was trying to save this grenade launcher for the boss, but I got hit like 4 times in that room. Hell. Like I said, this game is hard and merciless, and I'm already down to just 2 hit points. I am getting careless. But I really do want to save that grenade launcher for the boss, because these starter pistols, they are exactly that, starter weapons. You are intended to replace them as quickly as possible, but since I didn't get enough keys to unlock the chests on floor 1, and also get to the elites, then I wasn't able to get one from a chest, so I only have the one grenade launcher, which, as I said, trying to save for the boss. Wait, I've got the ammo drop. I can just use it? Nah, I want to save the ammo drop, too. Bionic leg. Let's see, move faster. Gonna buy the health, because I need it. Ugh, sorry about that. I am, as always, not feeling very well. But as you can see, there's a lot of bullets down here that don't look so well. Like, that guy just vomited poison in the middle of a fight. So yes, this is... I really don't know where this is, aside from just being a secret level. This is where the bullets are tossed to be forgotten. Any of the rejects, any of the reloads who don't work right. Got these birds. I don't know what the birds are doing here. Speaking of which, if there is any interest in it, I would consider doing an episode where I just read out the descriptions of the enemies, because, like, the writers behind this game are just brilliant. The puns are everywhere and beautiful, and every single enemy description is interesting. If not always funny, they at least tell a little bit more about this Gungeon that we've inhabited, or that we've come down to. Oh, and I just ran one right over there, but there are some sick bullets here that are too ill to fight, just hanging around. Man, so you can... No... Okay. I had forgotten that this place is a little bit tricky if you get careless. That's okay. I'm no longer being careless. I am not trapped in a small room with lots of enemies. I can handle this. Said I can handle this. So, that room, you see up there on the minimap, it has a special symbol. We'll come back to that. If I survive. Alright, gonna go ahead and break this chest, because brown chests are bad, and I need the health. Didn't get health. Okay. So, I had beautiful drops on the first floor, and I'm fucking it up here. Ooh, this is a trap room. No enemies, lots of hazards. So I'm gonna see if I can go around it. Because some of the time, you can go around rooms like that. And it does look like we're going to be able to walk around that room here. Lucky us. Oh, I'm not in a good spot here. Alright, we're fine. I also like one of the things they do in keeping with the theme of everything must be done. You've probably noticed that the enemy spawn-in animation is a crosshair, and then the enemy bullet impacting the ground. So the enemies are literally fired into here from somewhere? from the... I don't really know. From somewhere. There are some non-gun enemies, but we don't pay attention to those. Wait a minute. Holy shit, did you just see that? A secret room opened up. You see, this is why Table Tech Blank is so powerful, because I had no idea there was a secret room there, but just by popping a blank from the table, I found it, and it's a locked chest. Fuck you, I need keys and health, not locks. Okay. Moving on, I'm gonna break one of these locked chests and hope that it gives me something useful and not garbage. Because, like, I'm probably not gonna get 2 keys. Like, this is... How many chests have I destroyed so far? 3? 4? This game is very, very sparing on the keys in relation to how many things need keys in this game. Not just chests, but sometimes, like, secret rooms will be locked, and then even the shopkeeper can be locked behind a locked door that you need a key to get through. And if you don't have a key, well, you don't get to use the shopkeeper for that level. I hate how those shells bounce randomly, too. Alright, last hit point. Gonna go ahead and start using this grenade launcher, because it won't be of much use if I do— Oh, goody! Boss fight, 1 hit point. Fucking... Can I buy anything from him? Can I buy... I could buy a key, or I could buy the armor. I'll buy the key. For one of 2 reasons. 1, because, well, why not? The Eye of the Beholster. Okay, I can work with that. And now we're going to come back to this room that I pointed out earlier. This room is the key to a second secret. That's right. This. The Old Crest. It gives you a point of armor. A peculiar piece of... Peculiar? I'm bad at pronunciation. Piece of armor. The crest of a strange religion. The edges are scuffed and worn, as if it has been slid into a frame several times. The crest depicts a great bullet falling from the sky, surrounded by prostrate, gun-dead figures. Oh, the junk. Just some junk. Next time, use a key. We have fires grenades that can bounce. A difficult weapon to use effectively, but powerful in the right hands. The distinctive noise this gun makes is beloved by pinheads. Don't know who those are. Eye of the Beholster, the reproductive gun of the terrible Beholster. When wielded by its creator, it summons young Beholster spawn from the void. But when wielded by me, you can see the last bullet in this clip is a little Beholster minion. Alright, so that's right, the crest. I'm not going to say what it does right now, because I'd rather show you. I'm probably not going to, because, as you can see, it's an armor point. If I get hit, I lose the old crest, and I lose the ability to access the secret room. Or, not secret room, the secret that it unlocks. But I went ahead and grabbed it because I'd rather lose it and live than die and try and get it, because you can pick it up after the boss fight, which I usually prefer to do, but as is noticed, I sucked this entire floor. I ate so much shit. Do that. Do that. This Eye of the Beholster, I'm going to say, is one of my favorite boss weapons, just because of the sheer potential for damage over time that the spawnlings have, because bosses are long fights, and these spawnlings last for a long time, so while not necessarily the best tool for clearing a ordinary room that'll clear quickly. Yeah, that will clear quickly. For killing a boss, I had like 4 spawnlings up at all times during that fight, and boy did they help. Get some credits. Those credits are just picked up for what you use to buy things outside the Gungeon, like new weapons. We're gonna get something. The bow. Hold fire to charge. The classic bow will never go out of style. It is considered a gun because it shoots projectiles. Oh, and one of those design decisions that I personally don't like, that you can see evident here, I beat him without taking a hit, but there is no master round here. You only get master rounds for beating the bosses of the of the classic 5 floors. You don't get them for beating the bosses of any of the extra floors, which I think removes a lot of the incentive to even come down to these, because let's look at it. What did I gain by coming down to these? I spent 2 keys, and I lost almost all of my health, and the only thing I gained was the Eye of the Beholster and the bow. So I gained 1 weapon from beating the boss, and another weapon from unlocking a chest. That is not a lot of gain when you measure it against the risk of coming down here and potentially dying, especially since I nearly did die. Huh. But that's it for that. I just might be able to show you the next secret in this game, which I would love to show you, because it's a really cool place. It will kill me. I will die if I try and show you this other secret, but I'd rather get to it and show you, because I don't think I'm gonna succeed in this run anyways. We're gonna take the bow out for a roll, because the bow is really strong. As I full charge, it can one-shot most of these enemies, and I get to refill the ammo from my beholster. Beautiful. Means I can use it again on this boss. Oh fuck, not this one. Well, I lost the Night Crest. Fuck that Iron Maiden. I hate it. I hate it so much. Like, there are not words. One of my least favorite enemies in the entire game, right there. Shopkeep, you got any health for me? 3 points is not much. I really don't like to spend all this money on health, because I'll need it for other things. Ooh, this guy. The Shrine to Sheltan, the Ammo Elemental. Now, these shrines that you encounter, I'm not convinced I want to... Not yet. I want to clear a couple more rooms first. Actually, I might just clear this entire friggin' floor before I talk to him. Oh, fuck you! Fuck everything about you. A chest drop? That does not happen often. What's in it? The flare gun! Ooh, that's a fun one. Still gonna use the bow though, because the bow is really strong. Yeah, how ironic. The bow is one of the strongest weapons in a game full of guns. Son of a bitch! I'ma die. I'ma die right here. Shopkeep. I'm ready to buy that health now. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and come talk to him. So as you can see, this guy looks creepy as fuck. But he promises ammunition. Kneeling at the altar. You see that purple thing? It's not a good idea. Deal with the devil. The shadows grow darker. Doesn't actually pop up in any of my passives. But he refilled all of my ammo, which I probably should have done after the boss fight, but I wanted to go ahead and do it to show you what it does. Now that did something. In addition to refilling my ammo, you saw it gave that little purple thing above my head that I'm gonna call a curse. Because it's a curse. Ooh, you guy! Hey. One of the, other shopkeepers that has a rare chance of spawning. I want the laser sight. I don't think I'll get enough money for it, though, because I had to spend it on friggin' health. Because I'm bad. Shit. You know, I really could have avoided taking both of those hits if I had just flipped that table to blank. Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm a pro at this game. I like to joke that I'm bad at this game, which I'm really kind of not if I'm paying attention. Which I'm clearly not here. We're gonna go ahead and switch up into the flare gun, because why not? Flare gun's another one of those weapons that is pretty decent at killing bosses, by the sheer fact that it lights things on fire. Also reasonably effective at killing enemies. Using a pistol for these mini things, because they are inconsequential. As you can see though, I didn't get very much money from that room. I got 2 copper shells, and then a bonus silver one spawned at the end. And that is because enemies are not guaranteed to drop money. You can clear an entire room that has 3 waves and not get a single penny. And that is a dimension of difficulty based on random chance that I really don't like, because this game has a lot of shit in it. Like, other roguelikes, like Crypt of the Necrodancer, there was a very finite amount of weapons and equipment in that game. You could count all of it. In other really awesome roguelikes like Downwell or Faster Than Light, there is a finite amount of equipment. This game has a lot of equipment. Look at just the guns. These are just the guns you can get. Not counting passive items, not counting active items, these are just the guns. There are a lot of guns in this game. And that isn't a bad thing. The bad thing comes in that some of the guns are incredibly powerful, some of the guns are incredibly weak, some of the guns even make a joke about how useless they are. But that means that whenever you're trying to make a run of this, the power of your arsenal is dependent entirely on how lucky you get with the drops. Now the shop removes a little bit of that luck, because the shop has guns you can purchase, and equipment you can purchase, and keys you can purchase. And being able to, if you see a gun in the shop that you recognize as one of your favorites, or you know it's really powerful, then you can purchase it, and that kind of rounds out a little bit of the randomness of the drop. But the fact that money is also random in how often it drops kind of removes the point of the shop, or at least defeats the purpose of it a little bit. Who was paying very close attention to that fight? Because if you were, you might have seen something went unusual with one of those mini blobs. I'm not gonna say what though. Chest. Are you a mimic? No. The Colt 1851. You dig? Oh, I dig. Here it is. The Tomb of the Bullets. The altar is empty. If you manage to bring that crest to here, then this tombstone will move to the side and it will reveal an additional secret area. But look at how much of this floor there is. In order to access it, I would have had to have cleared, even if I went straight here, a pretty good chunk. That's 4 rooms in order to get here that you have to clear without getting hit. So this bonus area, the oblique, you just have to be clever to get there. You just have to put out the fire, collect keys. This secret area, you need to be very, very skilled to get there. And that is for a good reason, because that bonus area is one of the hardest in the game. At least that I have seen. Again, I haven't beaten this game, and I hear there's another secret level past what I have seen, but that Abbey of the True Gun is very hard. I don't remember this weapon double-tapping like that. An ancient example of fine guncraft, the Colt 1851 has been the choice for many a nameless gunslinger. Skilled wielders have been known to quickly fire multiple shots, though the technique has been mostly lost to time. And that manifests here, as this gun double-taps, automatically. No secret rules. So I'm going to use it, because it's decently powerful, it shoots quickly, and it's accurate, easy to use, quick reload, but most importantly, it has a high ammo capacity. And when you're picking a gun to use for clearing these rooms, you want something with a high ammo capacity. Armor! Yes! And the wind-up gun! Fuck that! Is this a mimic? This isn't a mimic. The Blood Brooch. What music they make. Oh, and you probably saw I got another one of those purple skull things above my head for picking this up. Those probably aren't good. This sinister brooch was once worn by an unlucky inhabitant of the Gungeon, who used it to draw health from wounded enemies. There is a curse upon it, however, and the cost may not be worth the benefit. Well, I've already picked it up, and I'm already cursed. But if I am lucky, then that gun will heal me from killing enemies, which is a thing I very much need right now. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the other half heart, because I'm wasting all of my money. And what gun do I want to take into this fight? I kinda want to just say the Eye of the Beholster, because it's awesome, but... what am I doing? The flare gun's also a good one. So is the Colt. I'm gonna take the Eye. Oh, the irony. The evil eye beholster. we go. And yes, I am not above stooping to horrible puns. 2 armor pieces and the master round. We are back in this game. And the glacier. This shoots bouncing explosive ice cubes. Another one of my favorite weapons in the game. Okay. Projectiles shatter and freeze enemies. And the wind-up gun decreases in damage output as the clip empties. You gotta wind it. Now, this should be one of my favorite weapons, because I like to reload spastically, but it isn't, because it sucks. The weapon, even at maximum damage, is inconsequential damage, and that damage decreases very quickly. So, just moving forward. I'm now up to 4 health and 3 armor pieces because of that fight. I might just make it a decent showing of this game. Really regretting going into the oblique though, because fuck that. How much time have I taken? We're already at 41 minutes. I might need to break this episode up into 2 parts. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. 41 minutes is a really massive episode. Before that, one more secret. Inside the elevator shaft, you can actually just go in the elevator shaft. And there's a dude here, usually, who can repair the elevator so you can skip floors. But that's an incredibly useless function that I'll have to show you guys later. But either way... I don't know if I can get through a sentence without coughing. I do hear my curtain calling, so I'll have to bid you guys adieu until I see you next time on the dark side.